unlike a lot of products out there, we're not going to wait a year and hope for the best. We decided to actually have an app on launch day. And for what it's worth, when you have an app or when you're creating an app to actually work with a hardware product, that can be kind of challenging. So start me with kind of I would love to say start with all the challenges, but actually let's just talk about what this thing's going to do and how it's going to do it. So step
All right.
one, how on earth do you connect to the app? How do you download it? How do you do all that sort of stuff?
Well, you just connect via USB and go to the link, which we'll have on our website.
Yep.
And the app just runs in your web browser. So you do have to be running.
So no downloading anything.
No downloading, no installing.
No installing, no updating.
Right. It will always be the newest version. You will need a Chrome browser.
Okay.
Or
I tried it on Edge.
Or Edge. Or
Safari,
I think. You can look in the user guide. It lists the ones that you can use.
Okay.
I think we got the main ones there. Mac, PC, Linux.
Wow, you can do this on Linux?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
You will need a desktop or a laptop. So there's no mobile version.
You need an actual computer for this, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you just go to the link and it launches. So
well, let's check it out.
All right. So yeah, once you go to the link, you'll see this screen. And actually, the first time you connect is the only time you'll probably see this, because once you connect to it, well, you get this little pop-up. And this is just a security measure that the browser does. But once you do this the first time, then it remembers and you won't have to do that again unless you're on a different machine. So I'll just walk you through some of the main features. You got the three main tabs here: device info, presets, and update. Device info gives you some information about your unit. Kind of the important things here are the current firmware version, and if you have upgraded your unit before, it will also display a backup firmware version. That's the last version that you had installed. So if you ever need to revert to that, you can, which is kind of a nice feature. One thing I will mention about the way that this unit updates is it's kind of impossible to mess it up. Whenever you install new firmware, it overwrites the backup firmware, and then only after it's completed and verified that the update is good, it will switch to that new version.
So basically your hardware is unbrickable at that point.
Yeah. I mean, you can, even if you unplug it midway,
wow.
It won't. Yeah, it'll resume when you plug it back in, and it is pretty foolproof. Also on this screen, you'll see you can create backups of your unit and restore backups. That backs up all of your presets and all of the global settings.
And lists too?
And lists, yes. I'm going to skip presets. We're going to come back to that. And we're just going to go to update because we want to show you how the update works. So click check for updates. And you'll see, oh, we have a new version available. So let's update. And then click next. And then here it'll ask you to connect again. This is just because it's running the update version of the firmware, which is a different USB mode. So you have to connect to it. And then now we just wait for it to update. But it's fairly quick. All right, so the flashing is done, and here it's waiting to reboot. And then once it reboots, it will automatically switch to the new version and reboot again, and we're done.
And so now if you check for updates, it'll just say, hey, you have the current update.
Yeah, now it'll say no updates available.
Got it.
And so if we go into device info, now you'll see current firmware version is the newest version. I don't remember what the number was, but that's the newest version.
Nice.
So, like I said, if you ever want to switch to your backup firmware, like if you don't like the new firmware for whatever reason,
you can always
go back.
Or if there's a problem.
Yeah, if there's a problem or something, but that's unlikely to happen. So, now let's go to what you've been waiting for, which is where you're going to be doing most of your work, is in the presets tab. So the way this is laid out is on the left here, you have your list view. And from this drop down, you can select which of your lists you want. The way the app displays factory presets and user presets is slightly different than on the unit itself. On the unit itself, these are all just one big list. It's all presets, which is factory and user presets. We broke those apart on the web app just to make it a little bit more manageable, because that, you can have up to 500 presets in here. It's a lot. So this just makes it a little more manageable. So if you select factory presets, here are all your factory presets. And your user presets, we've only got 4 user presets in here.
Yep.
So, and then if you have any user lists set up, it'll show those in here. By default, your unit will come with this example faves list. It's just an example list. If you don't want it, you just delete it. So let's. Do we want to go through and show how to set up a list and do all that, or?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So let's see if I can see the screen from here. Let's add a new list. You already have a list called test list, right?
Yep.
Call this Chris's list. I can't see the screen from here. Did I spell it right?
Yep.
Okay.
Close enough.
Done. Okay. So let's switch to the list. One thing to note is on the unit itself, you can't actually select an empty list, but you can on the app, because that's the only way to add presets to it.
Nice.
So list is selected. Let me see here. I can't see the screen from here. Add preset. Okay.
There you go.
All right, so let's just add a couple random presets.
Oh, nice. And you can just search for them too.
And also now we just added this. You can do multiple presets now.
Oh, this is cool.
From this drop-down list, and just
no way.
Yeah, you just go through and pick all the presets you want to add, and we're gonna add them. Okay, done. And then there it is. There's your set list.
That was easy.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
What about changing the order?
Changing the order. Yes, click reorder, and you just drag them around the way you want it. Put this first, and let's move this down. Done. And there it is. Oh, here, let me select it for you.
Oh, you can select it on the unit.
Yeah, so you can select.
Stop.
The forbidden song. Okay. And then delete presets. Or to remove presets from a list, you click remove, and then
pick which one or which one.
Yeah, which one. So right now you can only do one at a time, but that's one of the things that we're going to be updating relatively soon: the ability to delete or to remove multiple presets in one go. So this is still a work in progress, but over the next few weeks, few months, you're going to see a lot more little things.
For a lot of you, by the time you're watching this, it might be a completely different app. It's just an overview. Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about reordering, adding, deleting. Okay. What if you want to reorder your lists. Let's say I want your new list to be before the test list. That's all you got to do.
So now when I run it from the unit,
There.
Yep.
So, and then also here in this list, you'll see Chris's list now is before test. Okay.
Cool. So that's a good way to organize set lists and whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah, gotcha.
All right. Well, let me see. We talked about adding a list. Okay, so let's say let's rename this list. You want to rename it?
Okay.
You can do it like this.
Nice.
Can't see my screen.
We should have put it on the other side.
Okay. And then just like that.
And you can't name two things the same thing.
That's right. So all your lists have to have unique names, and then all of your presets have to have unique names.
Gotcha.
So there's that. My mouse is a little wonky here, but I'll get it working here.
Yep, just drag to the bottom right. There you go.
There it is. All right, and the only thing we haven't done yet is delete a list. So let's delete this list. Now, deleting a list does not delete the presets in the list.
It just takes the list out of the,
It just removes the list, right? Because a list is just a reference to those
various presets. Yeah.
So let's delete that. Okay, done. Now your list is gone. But your presets are still there.
Cool.
So, all right. So you'll notice on these lists, some lists seem to have more functions available than others. And that's because there are certain things that you can't do with factory presets, right? You can't
delete them.
You can't delete them. You
Or
can't
rename
overwrite them. You can't rename them. And then from your user lists, it's since those are just references, the presets in those lists are references to the all presets list.
Right.
It gets a little confusing trying to make certain changes to a preset in a list. So we've restricted certain changes to be made only within the all user presets list.
Got it.
Okay. So you'll see that within your user presets, you can make a copy of a preset. You can rename it. You can delete it. So renaming is the same as you would do with a list, and deleting is it just deletes the preset. I don't want to delete your preset, so I won't do that now.
That's okay. You can.
But let's make a copy. If you want to copy a preset, so this essentially creates a new preset that is a copy of another preset.
Got it.
You have to give it a different name though, and you see it automatically appends copy here.
Right.
We're just going to keep that, and then there it is. There's a copy. Another way to create a new preset is to click the Create Preset button, and this is different in that the preset it creates will have default parameters for everything.
Right.
So if you just want to start from scratch, then that's how you would do it.
So basically, it creates the same sort of preset that you would have if you had hit new or copy on the Elevate interface.
It's exactly the same. Yeah. Okay. So I think we've covered most of the preset management. So let's talk about editing the parameters. Let's pick a preset and make a copy of it so we can play with it.
Okay.
Let me see. What were you playing earlier?
It was best of both worlds because
Best of both worlds.
it's now with the app
Yeah.
you have.
Did I go past it?
Let me see. Factory. I feel like it's up a ways. There it is.
There it is.
About mid screen
Okay.
there.
So what you can do is you can start editing something here. Like it doesn't save it because you can't overwrite a factory preset. But
Right.
if you want to start editing, and then save it, you can create a new preset out of that.
Gotcha.
Which I'll do in a second. So, but first I just want to show you here from the interface, you can select your A, B, you can select all your gain blocks. It'll show which ones are enabled. So you see here,
So it's
comp
grayed
is
out.
disabled. If it's grayed out, it's bypassed.
Gotcha.
If it's not grayed out, then it's enabled.
And the one that's currently selected has the brown tab at the top. Yeah.
That's right. And I'll just flip through these so you can see all the parameters that are available. It's all the same parameters that you can access on the unit itself. But so let's make a copy of this. So once you edit something, the save button will become active. But since this is a factory preset, you can't overwrite it. So you can save it as a new preset. So let's do that. This name is going to be too long. Best of woo new. Okay. All right. So it's going to add new presets at the end of your all user presets list. And there it is at the end.
Wow. Okay.
So now we can edit this to our heart's content. Okay. So it's just like on the unit itself. It just looks a little different. Maybe if we bypass this, you'll hear it more.
Yeah.
And then if you're like, decide, I don't like what I did, I just want to undo it, you can just undo it back to the saved version.
All right.
So
and you can select A and B as well, and in real time this pops up on the screen.
Yeah, and likewise, if you change something on the unit itself, it will sync back to the app.
Oh, wow. So it talks both ways.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, but it's, by the time you actually move your hand from the unit back to the mouse, it
Gotcha.
updates.
Here,
so-
change gain. I want to see. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is real-time editing right on the device from a web browser.
And yeah, so right now the sync back to the web app's not implemented yet.
Gotcha.
But we'll probably have that done within the next
day or so.
Well, a few weeks.
Okay.
A few weeks or a month.
There you go.
So it won't take too long. All right, so I'll just walk you through a few things that is probably useful information. Again, this is the same behavior that you'll see on the unit itself. It's just displayed a little differently. If you have a block disabled, you'll see the tab grays out, and then these parameters are grayed out because you can't, changing them's not going to do anything. So you have to enable the block in order to access the parameters. Right now we're in the custom mode, but if we were in a factory mode, anything that's not custom, then you'll only have access to top level parameters. So
Right.
in the gain block, the core gain is top level. So you can access that, but you see nothing else will change. So
Unless you make it the custom.
So you got two options. You can just go and select custom. Or if you want to select one of these modes as a starting point, you can click it and then click make custom, and then it copies those settings into the custom mode.
So very similar to the actual interface on the device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've got some random mode. So I'm just going to undo this, get back to where we were. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy. And it's pretty much exactly like editing on the unit. It's just displayed in a different format. That's a little easier, especially if you're new to Elevate. it might be a little easier to get started using the web app. Chris, what do you think?
I'm blown away right now because I've spent a lot of time editing on the device itself, which I have to say I'm used to, so I'm comfortable with it. But yeah, this does give you the ability to see a lot more about what's going on. Oh, and I noticed there's still more parameters to the right. Okay, so you can drag the window.
In a couple of these, there's actually more stuff than that could be displayed.
It's hiding back there.
It's hiding. So on a few of these, you're going to have to scroll over to get to everything.
Gotcha.
The gain, the modulation. Come on, scroll. There it is. And then I think Echo's got a couple of drop down boxes there at the end, and that might be it.
Nice.
Yep.
I gotta say, this is really gonna simplify things. So if I wanted to save all these presets, because I want to send them to my friend, how do I do that?
Oh, so yeah, I totally forgot to cover the import export, which is a really cool function. So
Let's do it.
Let me get my mouse back again. There, whoop, there it is. Okay, so let's take this preset we were just playing around with.
Yep.
And then we're going to click export. And actually, it doesn't matter if you select it first or not. You can select. You could export all your presets if you wanted.
Right.
But we're just going to do this one.
Okay.
And then export it. Okay. And I'm trying to see where it's exporting to.
Desktop is fine.
Desktop. And I'm just going to leave the default name. Save.
So it exports as an XML file.
That's right.
Okay.
So then, yeah, it'll be an XML file on your desktop or wherever you exported it to, and you can send it to your buddy.
Nice.
And this is the same format that we're going to be using for preset packs. Is just going to be a directory of it'll be one file, but it'll have all the presets contained in the preset pack will be contained in that one
Gotcha.
file. It's essentially similar to the way a backup file is stored.
Right.
So, or if I were to, wow, we're really having trouble with the mouse today, aren't we? There
Yep.
it is. Okay. Or if I were to select like multiple presets.
Right. And I see you can name them whatever you'd like to.
Then it exports it as one file with all the presets in
Got
it.
it.
So that when you import that file, it imports all of those presets.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to go through and do each one individually. So one thing to just, remember that if you export a bunch of presets and then try to re-import them, they're going to have the same name as your existing presets. So it's going to give you an error or it's going to give you some message that you can't, have presets with the same name.
Got it.
So just keep that in mind.
So if I try to re-import the preset we just exported, it won't let me as long as I have that name existing. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
So, at some point in the future, we're probably going to add the ability to rename imports or something like that.
Right.
Because, potentially, if you get a preset pack and one of the presets has the same name, just coincidentally, as something you already have on your unit, you'd want the ability to rename that file.
Got it.
Or that preset before importing it.
All in all, pretty cool. And then you had mentioned backing up, so you can back up the entire device.
That's right. So in device info, you can create a backup. And there it is. It's a file.
And that backs up everything, including global settings and all that sort of stuff. Whereas the preset one will just be preset information and got it. Okay.
Yeah, so a preset export's just the presets that you selected. A backup is all of your user presets,
Right.
all of your user lists, and all of your global settings. So when you do a restore, it will actually do factory reset on your unit and then import everything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. So if you do a restore, just keep that in mind. It's gonna erase everything on your unit, right? So you're gonna make sure that backup is, current, right? You haven't added
Right.
anything new since you created that backup.
Well, very cool. This is, I think, the only sneak peek you get until you get your own Elevate and connect it and see for yourself. So happy
Yeah.
editing is what I think. Happy editing out there. And I look forward to seeing some of the presets that some of the folks create out there.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm sure people are going to come up with some pretty wild stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And also bear in mind, we will have some free preset packs available that you'll be able to import in basically using the preset import function. So, so be sure to download those. They're available on the website, and go ahead and check them out and email them to us. We want to see what you do. I'd kind of like to see what you guys got going on. So send them to me over at info@quilterlabs.com. Love to try them out.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, thanks everybody for visiting, and I think, well, we're going to release this video prior to the actual launch of the product, but man, we're only a few days out here. It's kind of exciting. It's a big buzz around here at Quilter Labs right now.
Yeah, we're scrambling to get everything wrapped up.
Yeah, it's one of those funny things as you're just about to go live. It seems like everything on earth that can go wrong tries to go wrong, but we're going to overcome it, and here we go.
Here we go.